Mobility data can be applied in powerful ways through different products and services. But not every company has the internal capability to apply data science and actually derive insights. Otonomo does that for you with mobility intelligence products. Mobility intelligence compiles data sources from the multimodal mobility economy, including mobile devices, micro-mobility services, charging networks, municipalities, public transportation, and more. While the data sources are important, it's our proprietary machine learning that allows Otonomo to create a digital twin model with over 30 unique indicators that help predict outcomes. These actionable insights are the true advantage we supply our customers. While we have ever-expanding opportunities to deliver insights across the mobility economy, we've started with 3 market categories: urban planning, mobility as a service, or MaaS, and the area that I'll focus on today, electric vehicle intelligence. It is clearly a critical global issue of our time, supported by the entire global mobility economy, from government to OEMs to drivers. There is tremendous growth in EV sales from almost every OEM, and huge public sector commitments in EV infrastructure, including a $7.5 billion investment from the US government. But the key to continued EV adoption is accessibility of charging stations. Knowing where to build charging stations is a big question for both cities and for charge point operators, who must ensure ROI for their 6- to 7-figure investments in stations. You are looking at our EV intelligence product. This is Los Angeles. The blue squares show demand calculated for individual clusters using more than 30 different indicators from multiple data feeds. The red dots reflect existing charging stations currently in operation that our models analyze, train, and learn from. Otonomo Mobility Intelligence can help EV charge point operators know, down to a specific intersection, where the demand is greatest for the next station. But that's only a part of what we can do. Looking at the initial results from this broad search, you see we are analyzing 3,161 clusters, with an average of 6.5 million visitors moving in and out of these clusters each day. When you look across all clusters, the demand is about 50 out of 100. This will be notable when we double-click in. Now let's make this more interesting. Let's look at the top 10% of demand clusters. On the dashboard, we are now looking at sites with an estimated demand rank of almost 95% focused on 336 clusters, a big jump from the 50% across all clusters. You can see lots of demand and lots of existing stations in downtown Los Angeles. Let's zoom in and find some underserved areas. Look around Santa Monica and Culver City, right along the 405 highway. We can examine exactly what makes any cluster attractive. Hover over a cluster to see daily traffic of both gas and EV vehicles and long-distance trips, which you can imagine is critical for someone driving an EV. Addressing range anxiety, or in simple terms, how far can I drive on my current charge? We can also hover over a competitor station to see the number of connectors to understand what they are supplying, mostly slow chargers. This looks like an area that is both underserved and also in need of some fast chargers. When you switch to the Visitation Insights view, we can pick an individual cluster where you can see household data with median income, as well as specifics like proximity to home or work. You can also get recommendations for types of chargers that would be optimal for an area. This is how Otonomo gives our partners the ability to establish a market advantage, leveraging incredible science-based insights to help in their decision-making. We could really take this whole session to deep dive into the value that Otonomo EV Mobility Intelligence delivers. But behind all the technology and proprietary machine learning, we help cities, municipalities, EV charge point operators, and automakers serve the average driver with easy, frequent access to charging when needed. That translates directly into faster deployment, lower risk, CPOs selling more kilowatts, cities that can hit their emissions goals, and drivers that receive better service. And that is just one of our insights products. We also have similar deep insights that we deliver for urban planners and mobility as a service providers.